Now, this is the last house they finished.
If you live in Buffalo's Bailey Green neighborhood, you know Henry White.
I've been living here ever since 1986.
He has one of the nicest gardens on Wendy Street. He'll tell you all about it, too. Over the years, the now 85-year-old has garnered an unofficial title.
I am the mayor of this street. This is my street.
And he's seen it change a lot.
The city gonna come out and mow them up. And next thing you know, they're gonna be tearing them down.
Habitat for Humanity has stepped in and rebuilt several homes in Bailey Green. But there's still a lot of homes like this one, boarded up with an uncertain future. This, while millions from Governor Cuomo's Buffalo Billion initiative have been funneled into the Riverbend neighborhood, the medical corridor, and the waterfront.
There was flight, people moving out. There were buildings that were demolished. There were buildings that were destroyed.
Obstacles Mayor Brown says hit the east side harder than other parts of the city in the 60s and 70s. He sits on the Western New York Regional Economic Development Council. The panel advises how Buffalo $1 billion are spent. Rebuilding, he says, will take time.
These investments have been very strategic. All of those factors over 50 years has an impact. Now, fast forward, if you invest 20 million, 50 million in this part of the community, and you invest 50 million in another part of the community that never had that kind of disinvestment, they're going to look different.
Some in the Queen City feel recent state investment has created a larger economic gap.
The majority of people are not doing well.
This is Professor Henry Taylor. He spent decades studying urban development and says Buffalo is facing the same problems as a lot of Rust Belt cities. He says gentrification in the Queen City is making the rich richer and the poor poorer.
There is not a single example anywhere, any place, any time where trickle down has done anything other than trickle down. It does not work. It's fantasy.
Recent development and new luxury housing downtown and along the Fruit Belt, he says, is threatening middle to low income residents who have lived there for years.
I think we want the developers involved, but we want the developers involved in a way that benefits the neighborhood as a whole.
What would you say to East Side residents who are frustrated when they look at beautiful downtown Buffalo or they look at the waterfront and they say, I don't feel like I'm reaping those benefits?
Well, first of all, downtown Buffalo is for all of us. You know, the waterfront is for all of us. We all enjoy it.
The distribution of the Buffalo Billion benefits have been region-wide.
According to the State Department of Labor, more people in Western New York are working. A recent report showed the state's jobless rate as the lowest it's been since July of 2007. Specifically here in Buffalo, there's been a 1.2% employment gain, which echoes the governor's response. But White wants to see growth in his own neighborhood.
We pay taxes just like the people downtown do.
Using data from the U.S. Census Bureau and HUD, this map shows property values in Buffalo are clearly higher on the west side of Main Street.
Most of my kids like the east side, because that's where they was raised up at. And they don't want to leave. But they want to see some of the city done for the east side.
This is part of the Buffalo Billion Initiative.
The Workforce Training Center, part of the Northland Corridor redevelopment project, is set to open in August of this year. 350 people will be trained for future jobs in the region every year here.
Something like that, it's showing you what they're doing for the neighborhood, for the kids.
According to the governor's office, more than $1.5 billion has been allocated to the Buffalo-Niagara region through the Buffalo Billion Phases 1 and 2. The largest investment, $350 million, going to the land and the construction of the Solar City project in Buffalo's Riverbend neighborhood. Both the unofficial mayor of Wendy Street and the city's mayor say the east side is moving in the right direction. White would just like to see it move there a little faster.
We want to see that kind of vibrancy again and even more, and we believe we can achieve it.
When we asked the governor about less state money going to the east side compared to other parts of the city, he said the goal of the Buffalo Billion is job creation. Stay tuned because later this week on News 4, I'll show you another development project on the east side. This one's not part of the Buffalo Billion, but it's one that's promising to bring more jobs to the people who live in and around that neighborhood. Jen Shantz, News 4 at 6.